So we left off right after the party had defeated a red dragon, adult red dragon, finding that after they defeated it, it shrank down, revealing itself to actually be an elven woman, which one of the party members recognizes.
Yep.
Nope.
She was holding a glass vial with the remnants of some kind of golden liquid in it, which she immediately chucked over the side into the lava, stating that that was interesting and it was time to start the real fight. Having finished that, we go back to the initiative order. Yeah, I'll let you guys react to what she said first, if you want to.
This was just gonna get very serious face.
And then also, what else happened? Because didn't some meteor show up?
Oh yeah,
Or are you getting to that?
yeah. No, I just forgot to mention it. She also, when she threw the vial in, fire flared around her and formed little, tiny little fireballs that zoomed up and started circling over her head.
Who?
What should Alabaster do?
Die.
Uh,
What does that mean? He goes first or not? And
What's that?
does he go first?
Well,
All
he used his action, but he still has movement and whatnot.
Or
would he get closer? I mean, I don't know.
probably keep his distance in for now.
The woman
And
says, "So, have you all had a pleasant journey here?" Conversationally.
Yes, it was actually very nice. Alright, so that's probably it for Alabaster.
can he bonus action do anything? I mean,
Dash, hide, or
Hide.
yeah.
More to hide though.
Can he hide in plain sight?
Let's move that over there.
He can avoid poison. I don't know if he has any poison.
Yeah, maybe if he hasn't poisoned up his daggers, I'm sure he'd do that.
She glances over at you, Ezra, and says, "Well, Ezra, I haven't seen you in quite some time." She holds her hand up to her mouth and looks at you with her thumb resting on her chin and says, "You have changed some. Where did you get those metal fingers?"
A metal. I'm gonna hold the sword up, ready, but enough that she can very clearly see the entire sword and what it's made out of.
And she says, "That's not possible. He was destroyed."
Not all of them.
"I saw it. I was there."
I know. Who else was there?
There was a demon.
So I know.
Nartog, yes. And there was, of course, the magician.
Magician.
Yes.
I look over at Eidolon.
We all stop and look at.
He went by a different
Yeah.
name back then. But now, you might know him as Old Ben.
Eidolon is just kind of like staring, or staring intently. It's hard to tell though, because you can't really see his face as much.
And you're looking
I don't know if I'm the
across
same
heat
person.
waves from the lava below, too. You know?
Because he has his ice armor on, so he kind of looks like that a bit. But he kind of looks pissed.
She said,
You're rolling our death.
now, Ezra, you see her, or Kai, actually, you have the highest passive perception. You see her flick 2 more vials into the lava after taking her hand away from her mouth.
Look out! She put something in the lava.
They looked empty.
I mean, I'm pretty far away. I don't know if I would have.
And then she says, well, shall we get started then? I don't want to keep you waiting. And now, let's go ahead and re-roll initiative since you guys were willing to sit and talk to her for a second. Fair? You might want to wait until I clear.
Oh, yeah.
Darn.
You can
Reroll.
you can
Darn.
you can set it. You can set it. Just set it to what you rolled before.
Someone want to roll for Alabaster?
I can do it pretty quickly. I've got his character sheet up. Give me a second. She did even worse.
I don't know how to roll.
Yes.
I don't know how to add a.
I'm probably the only one that can do it because I can select his token to add it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There we go. There we go. And now I gotta re-add. I forgot. Yes.
Oh, need Kai in there still. He rolled, but it was before he cleared it out.
Oh, just roll yourself again and then change it to the first number.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Solutions.
Oh, you can modify it. Look. I didn't know you could do it.
Alright, and then we'll do. This goes to 10. This goes to 0.001 or something. To make it last. Everybody in there now?
Yep.
Looks like it, yeah.
There we go. Look at that. Kai gets to go first this time.
Oh, you missed my yay because I had myself muted.
So you-
'cause I'm dead.
She, after flicking the other 2 vials in there, she pulls out an interesting looking dagger. Here, I'll pull it up real quick.
So it doesn't take an action for her.
It's kind of like outside of combat. That's why we re-rolled. And that's when she says, I guess we better get this going. Oh, can't find it. Well, what the? Am I spelling it wrong? It's all one word. Ah, I see the problem. Boy, it is stupid about that, isn't it? Okay. Dagger that looks like that.
Well, as she just pulled it out and it's shiny.
Go ahead. Your turn. Do what you want.
Nice.
I'm heating metal
Okay. You,
on that dagger.
you cast your spell on that dagger, and your spell is fragmented and dispersed immediately. You feel intense magical power radiating from the dagger in the process. You're looking at an artifact level weapon.
But it doesn't have a DC to hit or anything, so I don't see.
No, it's immune to spells. You can't cast spells on the weapon. So your spell just would fail.
Well, yuck. Well, that probably doesn't hit.
15 to hit. Let me check. Because I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Yes, that misses. So you move your
Well,
your spiritual weapon over next to her.
yeah, within 5 feet. But it doesn't hit, so we don't have to worry about that. Since the spell fizzled out, that takes up my spell slot, and ends my turn.
Well, the spell went off. It just couldn't land on the dagger because of its.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It went
Immunity.
off. It took up a second. I think it was second level. Was it second or third? Third level spell slot. So.
Mhm.
Okay, good to go.
Okie dokie. Idle, your turn.
All right. Seeing those little fireballs above her, around her, I don't like that. So I want to try to use Dispel Magic on them. Could I cast that?
On the fireballs over her head.
Yeah.
How close do you have to be?
120 feet.
Oof, I think you got this one.
Okay.
Move back a little. Too close.
Too close, too close.
So you cast a spell at third level.
Yeah. Do I have to post it or should I? Phew.
I'm just trying to decide whether or not this would work. Yes. So the fireballs fizzle out.
Nice.
Alright, and then
Veritas shrugs and goes, "I've got more."
Eidolon will start slowly moving up. Or not slowly, but kinda. But just still really angry looking. He'll just say, "Where's old Ben?"
He's inside the manor house, but you won't see him. Done?
Take me to and then yeah, that's it.
She will reply to that. She'll say, "If you can best me, I suppose I could take you to him." Alabaster's turn.
I bet this is the time where Alabaster would run away. I think you guys got this, okay? I'm gonna go hide over here.
Where's he gonna go? Here, let me give you control of him. You are going to be the one controlling him, Eidolon.
Oh, am I?
I don't know who's going to do it.
I can. I mean,
You know what? I'll just make it all players. There you go. Boom.
So, what does Fortuna Invade do? We don't. I mean, it doesn't even say what it does in his sheet that I can see.
One can has a charge that allows him to get a natural 20 automatically once per day. And they have a special recharge that they have to do to be able to recharge. They have to sit in the sunlight at dawn.
Right. Okay.
nice.
And then the other one, that would be Fortuna, I believe. Bay, is that like a natural one, or is that something else?
Yes, but it has to be in contact with the creature to be cursed. So
Okay. Bay or both of them have to be done that way.
Both of them work that way.
Okay. So basically, Dabber, and then the curse happens.
Well, you activate it as a free action.
Okay.
And can he throw the daggers and retrieve them? Like, is there a magic way to retrieve them, or does he have to go actually physically get them?
Yeah, they return.
Retrieve those.
They return.
That's dope.
So they're enchanted with return. So they will just appear right back in his sheath. So you're probably familiar with that. And they're not even maxed out power-wise.
Yeah, I would say probably just try to sneak attack his daggers at her, if he can. I don't know how
He can't because he doesn't have. He's not hiding, and there's nobody directly confronting her.
by him, yeah.
So, unless there's some weird thing he has when nobody's around an enemy and he attacks them, I don't know
It's
what
only
that is.
melee.
Only melee? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that only works in melee.
Swashbuckler thing.
Yep. If he gets closer and no other people are within 5 feet of him, he can
Um,
use that.
But maybe you'd try to
maybe that's what he'd do.
head down and throw a dagger behind, basically. Like, since her attention is towards Ezra. I don't know.
Either
You
way,
think
he's
he'd
not
get
gonna
close,
reach her in
or
time. He can't reach her in time, but like if he were to do murder, and so anywhere he goes, it doesn't really matter.
I guess you get bonus action dash, get to her, and then try to stab her. But I don't know if he wants to get close. See, this is why I'm bad at playing other players.
Oh,
Alabaster always goes for
For what?
advantage. Right? He always goes for advantage, right? Sneak attack.
Yep.
So what's the best way to
not
do
gonna
that?
get that right now. You can't get that right now.
Well, he has a longbow too, so and that's what he killed the dragon with. So it's currently in his hands.
We just have him shoot the longbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have him move anywhere, or just shoot from where he's at?
You want me to just
Should he move more back here, just kind of?
So this is why I think one person should be in control of Alabaster instead of all of y'all. But
Yeah.
Okay,
because you're
I'll shut up.
because well no, it's just that
No.
everybody is asking what to do with him instead of just doing it.
I think it's a lot of it is we don't understand what he can do and what he's got. So
All right, you know what? I'll just play him. It's fine. I'll just play him. I don't want this to drag on forever just because of that. So I'll just play him. It'll take less time for me to play him than for you guys to debate it. So yeah, I'm just gonna move him down here, And he's probably going to seem like he's chickening in this fight because I generally, when I play characters, I won't put them in danger because I don't want to be responsible for killing them. And shoot his longbow. 19 will hit. He doesn't get a sneak attack, but he does get 9 piercing. You see the arrow fly through the air, and as it strikes her, it hits this blue nimbus of magic around her, and you can perceptibly see it slow down, and it almost bursts apart as it strikes her, but it does do damage. All right, and I imagine Alabaster would also say something like, "Oh, hey, she's got magical protections," or something like that. I have no idea what else he would try to do. There's no place to hide, so can't really do that. He's not here to be inventive, so we'll move it on. Over, your turn.
Okay, well that could be a problem with that little shield. I'm gonna go ahead and dispel magic. I'm just gonna try to. I think I'll do it at. I'll do it at 4th level. Dispel magic on that nimbus of whatever.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll. It's
Okay.
higher than 4th level.
Yeah. 17 plus my wisdom 4, so 21.
That does indeed dispel the blue nimbus. Disappears.
Cool. And
That is her protection against missiles is gone.
so that's going to be all I can do since I have nothing.
Okay. Spirit of the Flame. So, as the Spirit of the Flame rises up, you see after being struck by the arrow, she kind of glares around. She goes, "That hurt a little bit." She raises both hands around her, and at the end of your turn, over, you see more tiny little meteors form around her. So 4 of them. I need to keep track of this.
Is this a spell or an ability?
It's an ability. You don't see any arcane markers that you could counterspell. It's a layer ability, if that lets you know anything, and she's not casting a spell.
Gotcha.
Make an arcana check for me. Yeah, so from what you can see, she's literally pulling flame from the elemental plane of fire to make these things. She has some kind of connection to the elemental plane of fire.
Awesome. My ice form starts sweating.
Mm. Anyways, that's Spirit of the Flame. And then, like I said, at the end of your turn, she's also going to. You see her pull even more fire out, forming a ball in front of her that she then launches out at you, Eidolon.
No.
She's going to throw a fireball at you. This is a spell.
Oh, can I try and counterspell it.
You can.
Okay, third level counterspell.
That stops it.
Just kind of like swoosh it away with my hand as it's coming at me.
So story wise, right? So you deflect the ball of fire into the lava, and it just kind of goes boom into it, disappears, and then it boom underneath, but nothing happens. And she goes, "Oh, you have some abilities." All right, and then it is going to be Ezra's turn. Ezra, your turn.
2 quick questions. One, if I used Hexblade's Curse when she was in dragon form, and she reverted, is it still on her?
No.
Okay. And then the other one is, can I get flanking with a spiritual weapon?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm standing here anyways. So, sword attacks. If I was a barbarian, I'd be a ranger. 16 to hit.
16 is a miss. So as your blade comes in, you see more of a whitish aura catches it and deflects it away from her. She's not really wearing much in the way of armor.
Alright.
There's some kind of secondary shield now that is working against your sword.
He has a melee shield.
26. 26 will hit.
Alright. So, I deal this much for that attack, and I still have Banishing Blade, because it was a concentration and I haven't hit with it yet.
What's that? 40 damage? 43
43.
damage?
Yeah, 43.
Okay.
If my math is right.
Yeah.
Just checking something real quick. Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, you hit her, and you see it go through the shield this time, striking into her. But it seems to almost just glancingly strike against her skin. It opens up a cut, but nothing like what you think it should. Your magic attack also seems reduced. So half damage on all of that. What was it total?
It was 43, so 21.
Okay. And then up the blade comes flying fire magic. Runs straight up your blade as you hit her and into your body. As you encounter another one of her abilities.
Does Olva recognize it?
Nope. Where is it?
Shit, then I already used my
Sounds like fire shield.
reaction.
So you take 14 fire damage, and you have to make a con save. Fourteen's not going to make it. You are set ablaze.
On.
You are on fire. Yep. And she giggles. She goes, "That hurt even more, but now you're gonna have some fun."
Fun?
Well.
Am I dead yet?
No.
Hey, yo.
Just barely started.
Did it get to my turn?
Yeah, you shot her with the longbow.
So you suffer 1d4 fire damage at the end of every turn until you're put out. It's magical fire.
So I'm gonna roll a d4 for me. That's gonna be the end of my turn.
Yeah, I'll roll it
Did
for
I-
you. So you only one.
I'll never reheal from this.
That was using her reaction. Okay, and you're done?
Yep.
That's gonna make it her turn.
Oh,
For her turn,
she hasn't done anything yet?
Just reaction and layer actions.
And what did we dispel?
I dispelled her fireballs,
Oh,
but then she summoned them back.
yeah.
And also to spell the shield.
Yeah, missile shield.
Missile shield.
she is going to cast Magic Missile at 5th level. Any takers on counterspell before I continue?
I've already used my reaction.
5th level counter spell? Or a 5th level magic missile?
Yep.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay. She hasn't used any higher level spells yet, right?
She cast a fireball at me.
Ezra,
yeah.
with you being on fire, does that distract from whatever you're about to do?
No, I think it just take damage.
Yeah, so it's not a concentration issue.
No, I don't have any concentration going on right now. This does not have a roll. I'll just manually roll it then.
You don't roll if it's 5th and 5th.
Are you casting 5th? Are you casting 5th level?
Casting it at 5th.
Oh,
so,
then it automatically succeeds. Okay, so you counterspell that. The spell fizzles immediately. She kind of glares over at you. She goes, "That was meant for him."
I'll wink when she looks at me.
As you're set on fire too.
Yeah, through the
It's like,
flames.
It's like, this is fun.
Yep.
The meme.
All right.
I've been on fire before.
And then she can send it back. As the spell dies, though, a rush of hot air grabs a hold of her and yanks her up into the air, out of your reach. And she flies 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and lands on this pillar over here.
Ezra, do you get a reaction out of that?
He does
I already spent my reaction.
he does not have a reaction to use, so
Reaction.
no. And then her turn is over, leading it to Heat Wave. So as she lands on the other side, you see her make another gesture, and a ball of intense heat forms in the center of the arena there. Let me pull one up real quick. As you see, an orb of pure fire shows up in the middle of the arena. You notice that she gestured with Tinder Strike to cause this to occur. The ball of fire eidolon is what's called a destruction orb, if you know what that is.
I do not.
And at the end of the initiative, it flashes with intense heat, dealing 1d4 damage to everyone. So 4 points of fire damage to everybody.
Fire?
Yeah, fire damage.
Fire damage.
And you see her sigh, and she goes, "Isn't the heat lovely?"
My health is looking nice.
All right. Back to Kai's turn.
Hey, what? Ezra's not looking too bad. Still standing, even though you're on fire, which is cool.
I forgot to mention she also now has more of those little fireballs circling her head. They split. Just so you're aware.
Okay.
There are now 9 of them circling her head.
Let's do a quick measurement here.
You said that was a destruction orb?
Yes.
Is that a spell?
It's an object.
Oh.
It's a magical object, however.
This is where I think that fighters with disarming strike would be cool.
At the distance she is?
Yeah, sure. You just fly.
Starving strike can be used with ranged weapons. You can shoot things out of people's hands.
Falls in the lava.
I kind of wish I had that Eldritch Blast thing that knocks people back. You should put her on that little platform.
I had 2 of these. I'm going to use another dagger. And I'm going to cast Barrage at her. Just a cone of daggers just going straight forward.
Okay. Dex save.
Yep. Jeez. She managed to dodge them all?
Yeah. You see her move very quickly now. Dodge them like some kind of anime show.
5, 10, 20.
Isn't it 20 feet that thing can move?
Yeah, it moved 20 feet.
I think it moved 25, buddy.
It was 2
Five.
spaces below Ezra, wasn't it?
Oh wait, it was there. Never mind. I was in the wrong
Yeah,
spot.
right here.
I was in the wrong spot. My bad.
10, 15, 20.
No, I just thought it was in another square.
Yes, all good. I was okay. So for that one, I believe I have to do a bonus action. I'm gonna go 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Jeez. Weak sauce, but I'll take it. And it is force damage. Not that that matters.
All right.
Did I get through the shield?
You see your weapon hit the shield, and magical sparks fly as the 2 magics fight against each other, but it does strike her for 2 points of damage.
Oh, she's a tough one. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, she is going to use her legendary ability. Rain of Fire. You see all the little meteors swirling around her head swirl faster for a second and then dart off towards different targets.
That sounds pleasant.
I think the easiest way for me to do this is actually just to go ahead and link that because that's what it is. Okay, so go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. We got 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back around again. So Ezra gets 2, Eidolon gets 2, Alabaster gets 2, and Kai gets 2.
Well, that's a yikes.
But that was for everybody you said, right?
Yes. You.
But everyone twice except for over.
Yep.
Okay.
Oliver, you make your save.
No one else does.
I take half damage.
Can I use inspiration?
If you want to.
Or would? Well, actually, let me rephrase that. What's the DC on that?
You don't. But you are resistant to fire, so.
Well, it hasn't mattered so far. Because the heat wave went off without any consideration for that. So.
Well,
The heat
you're
wave did
supposed
fire damage.
you're supposed to calculate that, not me.
The heat wave did fire damage, so you would have taken half. And then also this says it does fire damage, so you'll take half.
Yes. So anything, if you have heat resistance, then you need to, when I say fire damage, you just half it.
Okay, I wasn't sure how that worked. Cause
Yeah, it's
sounded like we just took direct damage. I was like, okay. Cool.
no, I mean,
Oh yeah.
just
Sorry.
half your own damage. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was fire damage.
Okay.
And, how much damage? I'm sorry, I missed.
I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh shit.
Okay, so are you going to use your inspiration or not? That's the question.
No.
Okay. So for the first one for everybody, take 7, and the only person that dodged was Olver.
Yep, so I'll
Which
take
means, so yeah, I have the 3 from evasion, have 2, 1 from fire resistance.
Okay.
That's how that works. 3 gets half to 1, right?
yeah. That roast out.
And the
What's
second,
this for? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
there's the second one. If you got 2 of them at you, the second one was also 7.
Owie, it scorched my skin a little bit. I have a little boo boo.
So.
Take 14 points of fire damage.
But this was for everybody. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll them separately. I'm gonna say first
Yeah,
one
okay,
that
good.
went out to everybody was that, and the second one was the second one. It simplifies things. All right, and then Kai is done. So Eidolon, it is your turn.
Oh wait, I need to do. Isn't it? If you're concentrating, you have to do a check.
Yep.
What do I roll for that again? That's just a Constitution save.
It's either,
Yep.
it's a Constitution save, and you have to either 10 or half the damage. Whichever one's higher. So you need a 10. Good.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
And then, so would I know if I could dispel this orb in the middle or not? Is this something that I would be privy to?
Did you even know what it was before I said what it was?
No.
And I was.
But I didn't know if Eidolon would.
I would say that Eidolon knows that it's magical, so it's conceivable. However, how powerful it is, he's unsure.
I think he'd still try. So I will do. Shit. I'll do my last level 3 spell. say enough of these games and try to dispel the magic orb, fire orb, heat wave. At level 3.
At level 3?
Yeah, do I have to roll?
Yes, you do.
And is that just my spell modifier, right? Not spell attack? I would assume, like a d20.
I mean, I can look it up for you.
No, here, yep, 15.
I have 20 spells up in here in a second.
What are we looking up?
It's 10 plus the spell's level is the DC that you're trying
rolled
to
a-
beat.
I rolled a 15.
Or if it's not a spell effect, it's determined by the DM.
And you did it at level 3?
Yes.
That fails.
Shit. I'll just kind of have a grimace on my face and just stare her down, basically.
The,
That would be my turn.
at least you know it's a 9th level spell now.
Well, I knew it was at least a 5th level spell.
It's generated by a legendary object, so
So I'd have to basically roll like a 20.
yeah, they're pretty bad news. Anyways, are you done, sir?
Yes.
All right. Then she is going to use Consuming Madness. So any creature that has taken fire damage this round must make a DC 15 Wisdom save. That would be all of you.
Wisdom save.
I am going to use inspiration on mine.
I really. Okay, whatever.
There we go, 20.
Yeah. I went from Dragon Fear to Consuming Madness. This is great.
What's the DC?
15. Right? I don't know.
15. I did say.
15, yeah.
Oh, okay, you did say.
Phew.
All
I'm
right.
glad that all of us passed.
Huh?
I'm glad that all of us passed.
Well, those of you that re-rolled. So, you're good. Okay. So, you guys feel the fire is suddenly becomes intense and maddening, but you shrug it off, enduring the added pain that is caused by the fire damage that you've recently taken. Veritas frowns at the party and says, "That should have worked." Anyways, Alabaster, your turn.
Well, I'm mad, am I not?
Same.
What does that do?
Wait,
We both rolled a 9.
I was joking because me and Ezra both failed.
oh, I read it wrong. Oh, my bad. So roll a D100 each.
Yay!
For some reason, I read Eidolons as a reroll for Ezra.
Don't get the one that makes me incapacitated, please.
All right,
You've gone mad.
Alabaster. Roll a D10.
Uh-huh.
For the next 8 minutes, You are incapacitated and spend the duration screaming, laughing, or weeping.
What did I just say? What did I just say, guys?
As,
Oh my
as
god.
as as the burning pain from the fire damage that you took just intensifies and intensifies and intensifies until all you can feel is this burning, horrible pain.
That's the best part. I, as the paladin, could have probably stopped that on someone else. But alright, this is fine.
Ezra,
I
you
don't need to fight.
are overcome with a fiery rage. Red clouds your vision, fire flickers in your sight, and you turn and look around you for something to take your rage out upon. You must attack the nearest target to you, regardless of alignment to you.
That's a peace later.
Oh, hey, what's wrong with you?
And go ahead and roll a
No,
d10.
Kai, no.
Awesome.
What was that?
Roll a d10. Those of you that resisted are immune to the effects
That's
now.
Ezra. Oh, I thought you were saying Kai. Okay, never mind.
So 6 minutes.
Well, I'm glad my turn came and went.
Actually, no. She's closer.
Yep. All
Is
right.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
5 feet closer.
Just jump at her.
Don't jump at her. You will die.
And Alabaster, you're done.
I'm cackling, laughing on the ground, so yeah.
Okay. Oliver, your turn.
Okay. So, right. I think I'm gonna attempt another dispel on whatever that shielding is that prevents her from taking all the damage. Because I saw the shielding, right? Like,
It's
was there?
it's like her skin. It is got some kind of magical effect in it. Yeah.
Okay, so I do see that, so I can feasibly dispel it then, or at least attempt to. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do that one at. I'm gonna do another one at
Just do that.
fourth. Well, I don't know.
Fourth isn't going to be high enough, so
Well-
just do the lowest.
Yeah, I
Just
know
level-
actually, because I'm looking at my spells and I kind of need ones in third and fourth. But okay, I'm gonna use one at third because I haven't used a third level spell slot yet. Just even it out. Okay, so I will do that, and I assume I've got a roll. So. Right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, just check. 18 plus. That'll be 22.
Oh.
I was 22.
All right. So cool. So you see that aura that you're concentrating on flicker and die.
Nice.
Nice.
2 spells in a row. That's not bad. And
done.
Are you done?
I will. There's nothing else I can do. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just call it good.
Because I don't know how this works, would he have been able to dispel Ezra or Alabaster's madness?
No. Whoa. I don't know.
Well, it's too late now, but I was just curious if that was a thing.
Yeah, you can get rid of madness with because it's an effect.
Magical effect.
Gotcha.
So many
Oh,
things.
okay.
Lesser restoration, like since it's temporary madness.
Lesser and greater restoration doesn't do madness. Doesn't do those kind of things. Unfortunately, I've got both of those spells, and it doesn't show that I can do that.
Yeah, but this is magically induced, so you can dispel
Right.
it.
Spelled, yes, but not using greater or lesser restoration. It's not in the list of things that you can treat with that. However, a heal might do it. I don't know. But that's already gone. I can't use that again.
All right. Are you done?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. She is going to pull out more meteors. 4 plus 5, so 9. 9 meteors are now circling her head. Spirit of the Flame activates. And she is whisked up in the air and flown to a different location. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As she lands over here.
Sag.
And that will be that. Ezra, your turn.
Who attacks at Ido?
Ezra, stop.
Stop!
Once
I
it's-
will. Let's see. Make sure. Yeah, level 1. Hell yeah. I'll cast Shield as my reaction. So my AC is now 20.
I'll miss with both attacks. And Ben, can you roll a d4 for me?
Sure. 3.
Fucking kick me in the ribs. And just
What's that?
probably more people in here. Just him yelling about all the things Ida's done to him. Alright. Ice knife in the campfire. And basically just the end of my turn. So there's Danger.
Alright, her turn.
Well, I'm wondering, I don't know if this would be considered, but that I have a 10-foot radius aura of ice around me, which makes it difficult terrain. But would that affect his set on fire kind of thing? Being set ablaze?
It's magical
Since it's like-
fire. It has to be put out through magical means.
With this like magical ice aura around me?
One more question before I.
Probably cancel out each other. I'll tell you what. Here's what I will allow. If you feel like making the two magics cancel each other out and both of them end, then yes, I will allow his fire to go out.
Okay.
Otherwise, though, your ice wouldn't be strong enough to put it out without. I mean, they're both.
But I'll just lose that radius that is the difficult terrain, right? Like I wouldn't lose my fire resistance. Because that's a totally separate
Yeah, no,
ability for it.
no, you wouldn't lose your fire resistance, man. That's different.
Okay, I'll do that.
Separate thing.
So before my turn ends,
I'll delete that
because I
aura.
build the prerequisite of moving towards and attacking the nearest ally, can I make a bonus action of my own accord? Like,
Sure.
am I mindless, or I am?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to use Far Step, or cast Far Step.
If you're gonna use it to teleport closer to her, I'm gonna veto it because that is a direct violation of what the madness would make you do.
Alright.
I mean, it's not what the madness would make you do. You would go full out against the nearest target, and that would be moving away from your target. So.
Alright.
Okay, so on her turn, she is going to. She is going to cast a 6th level spell.
Oof. I'm out of reactions.
Oops, that is not what I was trying to do. My apologies, I missed the little button. She's going to cast a globe of invulnerability around herself. And if nobody's trying to stop that, then that goes off.
This is the only one that might have been able to do it
Yeah,
because
not unless I
nobody
can
else can.
try to turn around and counterspell it.
What's that?
Not unless I can maddeningly turn around and try to counterspell it.
I mean, that seems unlikely.
Sorry, no one gets to do fun things.
So essentially, these squares here are enveloped. Well, I did a square just so it's not confusing. Because it's 10-foot radius out from her, so
Gotcha.
it's technically a globe, but as far as effect goes, 10 foot, right? So, all right, that is her action. She is not going to do anything else. Wait, what is? Oh wait, no, she's going to use combustible magic. And just hover 5 feet off the ground. Just for effect. Her hair whipping back from her face, fire circling around her, this globe of invulnerability surround her, and an evil grin on her face. It's going to be fun. Heat wave goes off as the center pulses, dealing a d4 damage. Once again, only 1 point of fire damage to everyone.
So if we have resistance, do we take damage?
It resisted down to 1.
Oh, you
resists down to
always
1.
take 1.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and then Kaiser.
Yeah, Kai takes his damage, which my character's not working. Oh, because I have the wrong button.
Yeah, you have to be on the arrow.
So she is hovering 5 feet off the ground, and she has very cool square around her, 45 feet away. So I'm going to heal. Let's throw a fourth slot. Yeah. Everybody gets some healing.
Nice, thank you.
Ah.
Back up to 30. I'm not gonna die in one hit, hopefully.
You don't know that yet.
It's like hopefully, I don't know. And my sword has 20 feet of movement. We're gonna check that. She's 25 feet away. So if I move.
Also, sorry, something I forgot. The magical madness on both of you would end, actually. With
I thought that was for 6 minutes.
No, because the globe of invulnerability was cast, she
Concentration.
drops the other. Yep, she has to concentrate on
Nice.
it. So I told you it was a magical
But-
effect.
But I'm not immune to it in the future.
No, you're not immune. She could reactivate it, and if you fail your saving throw, you too would still be subject to it again. But the others are immune.
Good, that changes.
That was a mistake on my part. I, paying the price.
As far as my sword attacking, it would be stopped by that barrier, wouldn't it?
Anything 5th level or lower.
Well, the sword was like 4th, I believe. Let me check. Oh, that's gonna be hard to find. Let me scroll up for a while. Because I cast it before this second phase, so.
But yeah, unless you cast a 6th level sword.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even have it.
Your spell,
We're good.
your sword isn't gonna be able to enter the area.
Yeah, it's just gonna hover menacingly right here. Just do nothing, I guess. Will it know, or like will it be just blocked by it, right?
I mean, yeah. Essentially, it just can't go through it.
Okay, so 20 feet from right here, I believe. Let me see something. Darn. Not even enough to make it in front of me. I was hoping it would, like, be a visible barrier, but nope. Not at all.
Well,
Okay, that's my turn.
okay.
What's up?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, it actually would disappear after this full order anyway. Because it...
Yeah, if it's been out for that long, it would disappear.
Wait, does this thing... Can I attack it?
The globe?
Oh, yeah, can I attack that?
It doesn't.
There's nothing that...
It doesn't have.
no-
It doesn't have hit points really. It's just an
It's
effect.
just her concentration, so I would have to actually get to her.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Can't.
That's
Okay.
that's the beauty of the spell is that it's 10 feet out, right? So you'd have to have like a 15-foot reach.
Oh wow, I need a big sword for that. Okay, cool. I'm done.
All right. Okay. So at the end of your turn, she is going to use her rain of fire again and throw 2 meteors at Ezra, 2 at Eidolon, 2 at Alabaster, 2 at Ulver, and 1 at Kai.
Is she in the orb, or does that get gone?
The orb
Yeah,
of
she's still in the
invulnerability.
Can she still? She can still throw it at us though.
Things coming into it are blocked, not things coming out.
And those are layer actions, so they don't take up concentration. If I'm understanding things correctly.
It says similarly, the area within the barrier is excluded from the areas affected by such spells. Wait, what?
Which means it can pass through.
Oh, this isn't what I thought it was. Okay.
My deck saving
You
is
can,
so good.
you can, yeah.
So wait, can you physically enter the thing?
Yeah,
Or
you-
no?
Yeah, you can physically enter it. It just blocks hostile spells coming in.
Spell.
As long as
My
it's
spell's not hostile till it attacks,
or
right?
you can physically attack her.
Well, what I'm saying is my sword technically wouldn't be hostile until it attacks, but she would probably perceive it as hostile, so it doesn't matter.
Let me read this real quick.
Because there's no intent on my sword.
Can't
right?
affect
'Cause it doesn't
creatures
have
not
a brain.
even if the spell is cast using higher level spell slots, such a spell can target the creatures with the but no effect on them. Yeah, I'm gonna interpret it the way I said.
Sounds good. And I will take some damage once you're done.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Come on, nat 1. Oh, that's not a nat 1.
Oh, no.
So the
So that's,
the first one and the second one there.
What's the DC on it?
It is 18.
Oh, kill them both.
so everyone got hit.
Alabaster tripped over his own feet.
So was that 17?
That's
17
17.
halved is 8.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one hurt me a little bit.
So 30. And then concentration.
Yeah, her spell save DC is 18. All right, and that's all she can do for her legendary action. Eidolon, your turn.
Alright. I'll look at Ezra. You good?
Yeah. Sorry.
Alright.
Just really had to get it off my chest, you know?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for stabbing you. I'm sorry.
I was raised by a dwarf. I hold grudges.
Deep, deep, deep grudges.
I will notice that she has the orb. Or no, I wanna. Actually, I wanna go this way. So sorry. 5, 10. And then I will attempt to. Let's see. I'll use my last level 5 slot to cast a level 5 Dispel Magic on the orb.
In the center of the room?
Hmm?
The orb in the center of the room?
Oh, no, sorry, her orb.
The globe of invulnerability.
Sorry, yeah, globe.
Because that's a destruction orb. That's a globe of invulnerability. You understand my
Right.
confusion?
Yeah. That was my bad. But yeah, on her globe. So I'll roll my counter spell or whatever dispel.
Yeah, it's a 6th level spell.
So what does it do when you cast at a higher level? Does that lower the DC or what is that? Because this is a level 5 dispel.
Pretty sure that'll do it. So the globe winks out.
I said enough of these games. Take me to Ben. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, she goes. Not just yet. And you see her pull more meteors out. 9 more floating around her head now. Alabaster? You get up.
Yeah. Alright. That's half my movement. I will move 5, 10, 15. Action dash 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll bonus action cast Thunderous Smite on Vey.
I thought you action dashed.
Right.
Oh, okay. You're not going to attack this round then?
No.
Okay, just make sure. Alright. Is that it?
Yep.
Then at the end of your turn, she is going to summon more meteors. 18 of them now circle around her head. And she rubs her hands together and goes, "This is gonna be good." Over your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Let's cast All Lightning. Yeah, let's cast Call Lightning. I'll do it at. I think I'm gonna do that at 3rd level and a double check. Yeah, let's do a 3rd level. And I assume there's enough room in this room to do that, correct? I mean, she's flying around, but I don't know.
She's only. It's
Oh, the dragon. Yeah, the dragon was flying up high enough. Yeah.
I believe I said it was 60 feet, right? Up.
60.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what you said, but yeah, I do remember the dragon was flying at least.
I remember it was less than 100.
Yeah, I believe it's
Okay.
60 feet ceiling from
Okay.
the walkway.
Sure. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cast it up at the, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Let's say 40 feet up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to strike at her, so you'll need to do a dex save. DC is 16.
Okay.
And either way, there's supposedly damage, so we'll see. 21.
So you quickly form clouds above the heat riddled room, which roil and fight against the primal heat of the room. I'd say it is difficult to maintain this spell. If you are hit with any kind of thing that causes you to roll concentration, you will do so at disadvantage. Maintaining
Okay,
this spell in this room is very difficult.
Okay, sure. I mean, I already cast it, so it's done.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's warring elements is what I'm figuring. Okay, so that's what, 10?
Yeah, she made a save, then it's 10.
And then half of that, so 5. She has magic resistance. Are you done, sir?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Alright, Spirit of the Flame. She is going to fly back where she came from, over here.
Someone in this party should really prepare the spell fly. I feel like that would be very useful for me.
Why don't you just get some flying boots?
That's a good idea, actually.
Be like Vex. Vex.
I guess that those would be really expensive.
No, he doesn't have flying boots. He has wings.
Oh yeah, someone else had boots.
And then she also
He also has boots that gives him haste.
she also
That's what it is. Yeah.
gains,
He was like a Flash. He was a speedster.
she also gains more meteors, and
Holy.
there are now 27 circling her head. She lands and says, "Here it comes."
Nice knowing you boys.
Alright, take the dodge action, guys.
Yes, right, your turn.
If you need to, take the dodge action.
Unless Ezra can one-shot her.
Is it?
So we're all kind of piled up in a spot. I think it'll be good.
She can't use Rain of Fire until the next round because she's out of legendary points.
Oh, well, we don't know that, so.
I could have done other things with the legendary points. I'm like, let's see what happens if I just use them all to summon meteors.
I mean, if you get close to her, each creature within 5 feet takes it. Wait, we're all next to each other. Alright, let's just split up.
You're the one who came up here.
Yeah. You're basically like, yeah, coming up right behind him. Hey guys, how you doing?
But also,
Want to
Ezra.
stand right by each other?
This is gonna be bad.
Triple damage.
Awesome.
Ezra, can you send one of us to hell, please, for a little bit?
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot
Banish
about
someone.
that being dispelled, so she actually took 2 more damage than that. There we go.
I'm guessing I can't target those little meteors.
You can do banish one of them.
No, I have an AoE ice attack. I'm just like.
Can you just banish her
Just like-
for a round?
She'll just resist it.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
It's
That
a
means
mostly useless
It burns
spell.
her resistance, then.
I was able to dispel the meteors at the beginning of the round, at the beginning of the match.
They are dispellable. Yes, they are dispellable.
I don't have dispel. Does she have to aim them?
She has to see her target.
Oh yeah, so under of a dart.
Your crazy tentacles.
Yep. Put that right on
She
her.
just builds up more.
How far up from the ground did those reach?
I think it's a dome. Let me see. Okay, 20-foot radius sphere. So 20 feet up, 20 feet down, and 20
Okay.
feet to the sides.
Cool. That's all I was curious about. She's still hovering, but I was just curious if it would actually work that way. Okay, so deck save, or is that link the spell?
Yeah, deck save for when I cast it.
Link the spell so I can refresh my memory on that one.
Did I not post it? No.
It's the milky tentacles.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember all the details about it.
Gross. Also, are they gonna melt on fire?
It's magic.
Yeah, so she can't see.
So was the lightning. So was the
Magic
thunder,
on
wasn't
magic.
it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thunder at least makes sense to me because it's like you're summoning a rain, basically.
And you
storm
targeted
cloud,
it directly on her.
And clouds are made of like
It's 20 feet.
water. Yeah.
Well,
So
Ida
that
was
makes-
in ice armor, not melting. So
Well, that's not gonna work. It was a nice
Which
idea.
I know. I just kind of picture you like the guy from X-Men.
Yeah, that's why I posted that picture earlier in Discord.
5, 10, 15, 20. So I'm using a square once again because it more accurately represents the area that it's affecting.
Holy crap!
Correct? Any objections?
Oh, that should be right.
Okay.
20-foot spear.
It's, yeah, sphere. So maybe not the corners of this square, but that's about it.
Yeah.
No, it's 20 feet to the corners.
Oh,
It is, yeah.
Don't.
That's a big coverage.
Basically, cast it like right directly in front of Edelon.
Yeah.
That also means you have no way to direct your sword at her, though, because you can't visually direct it.
you can't hit her from over there. I guess.
My sword is gone. This is a new turn.
Oh, okay. Are you done, Ezra?
Yep.
Okay, her turn. So,
She takes cold damage.
I lied. It's not.
Just
The
the
round isn't over, but yeah, it will be.
So 9 cold damage.
okay. Oh crap! Now I've done it.
I saw the little red marks.
To be careful not to delete her app. There we go.
What has she got? Like a cocoon phase or something?
What? No, I I accidentally drew boxes on her.
Oh.
Yeah. I was trying to select her, but I did the same thing you did. I was on the wrong button. So, anyways.
Buttons.
Okay. So, given the predicament that she's in and her inability to see what she's doing,
I got one of those magic whistles that pulls friends from the outside.
oof. Ah, this makes things difficult for me, Ezra.
Good.
That was the plan. It's not a very high damaging spell.
All right. Cool. She's gonna. She is going to. Okay. So she casts a spell. Obviously, you can't see her do this. And then you see this little fireball come flying out from the darkness and
I know what this
and
is.
into the lava, and just goes into the lava.
How
Is
little?
gone.
Does it look like a fireball or a firebolt? Kind of.
It looks like a produced flame.
So one thing I will say, I think you might want to check if the spell has to be first level. Well, I don't know what you're doing. Go for it.
You're right. I better check.
If it's a storm sorcerer thing, I think it has to be first level.
You're right. It has to be first level. So yeah, it'll be firebolt then. Or what is it? First level that I've got. I don't have any. I don't have any first level spells I can cast that are fire. So,
Let's go.
God damn it.
Yes, use the fireball.
Do it. Do it.
I don't. No.
Not that she doesn't know where we were, but.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Third level fireball. She has an idea where to throw it. However, I don't know about her accuracy. So she will.
It'd just be at disadvantage, right?
It's fireball. You just chuck somewhere, but she can't see where she's chucking it.
I just see the point of. Okay, I don't know.
You don't understand why she's doing it. I know you don't.
No. I just something about the spell, but I might be wrong about it, so I'm just heading up.
It doesn't say that you have to see. It just says flashes from your finger to a point you choose within range. It doesn't say anything about having to see your target.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what I was kind of wondering. Cool.
So she just throws it out, and she's thinking over by Eidolon. I'm gonna see this is my flavor. I just want to see whether or not she can accurately get it where it needs to go. That's all. Because I think it would be hard. So
Accidentally hits the ground and explodes herself.
just roll a d20.
Roll a 1.
God, that's not going where she thought it was going. So no, it lands. It flies out, Eidolon, off to the above you, straight up on the map, and you just see a fireball just go, but then it arcs down under the platform and strikes the lava instead and explodes. Whoop. The
Swinging wildly.
20-foot radius sphere. So the fire reaches the bottom of the platform because it's 20 feet down, but it doesn't actually get to you. And then you see her fly out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Isn't that difficult terrain too?
Is it?
Yeah. With the tentacles.
It is. That's a problem. But it's fine. 5 or 10, 20.
I want to see her go 15 feet and then fall in the frickin' lava.
30.
I
So
thought there was a platform here.
let's just go GM layer because you can't see her anyways.
Is it difficult terrain? Where does it say that?
Yeah,
You
at
don't
the
see
bottom.
when the Hunger of Hadar?
The void creates a warp in the fabric of space.
Oh, it's so tiny.
You gotta read the whole thing.
It's the very bottom.
That's okay.
Where the
I didn't
heck?
know what it was at all.
Where did she?
Whoa.
Ben, you're moving reality.
Well, I lost my ability to interact with my token. There we go. God,
Wow,
that
we
was
killed her
weird.
that quick. That was amazing.
Good job, guys.
All right.
Ben's like, fuck you all.
And then she ends her turn within it, so
Oh, she's still in it.
Oh.
Okay.
So she has
Well,
to
we
take.
think she's still in it anyway. So she takes 2d6 acid damage now?
yeah. She can't get out of it. So yeah.
But then you got heat wave. Oh boy.
So roll damage for the acid damage.
Can you move the map back over one square to the left?
Oh, did I move it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Reality
Both
shifted.
the map and also. I don't know.
That is a really cool ability. If somebody were to have like reality warping mechanisms, that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Or if you like rotated it 180 degrees or whatever, you know.
That sounds like
There we
more
go.
of a map thing than a person's ability. It's like a
I'm just
shifting
thinking.
labyrinth.
Yeah, that'd be a cool little battle arena.
Did you roll damage, Ezra?
Oh, janitor jump.
Yeah, she's still in it.
Breathe
Oh.
acid.
Okay.
Sad.
I like that spell does 2 different types of damage. That's pretty cool.
And then she is going to choose to use her reaction ability. So you feel a pop, Eidolon, hear an audible, popping noise as something moves. And your knowledge of magic, I'd say that you know that this means teleportation.
Oh, I thought you were gonna have him switch with her or something really crazy.
Nah, I don't have that ability.
Change places.
Yeah, swap.
You guys all
Yeah.
suck. All right, heat wave. There's 1 point of God, that's all that thing gets. 1 point of damage.
Heat wave is that thing in the center, right?
Yeah.
I thought we dispelled that.
No.
No,
No.
I tried to, but it didn't work.
It's a ninth level spell, so.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take a while. Okay. So now that I've got my target.
Not only that, no, never mind. I'm not gonna
It's
share.
okay.
I'm not sharing.
If I did hear that pop too, I would try to convey that, like, just saying. She teleported somewhere. Exactly. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Sorry.
Okay, Kai, your turn.
Well, in my perception, would my perception be high enough to locate her?
No. Where she is, she's not visible, or you can't hear her or anything. So there's no perception ability to locate her.
Since I've not been managing my spells properly. When I cast it, isn't it supposed to? No.
Take a slot. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I always just manually click the slot numbers.
Yeah, that's my bad. So going to I think level 2 if I have it on level 2. 1 second. No, that's lesser. Boo. Guess we'll take up another third slot, but everybody's looking a little damaged.
The problem is it completely ruins. I was gonna bombard you all with 27 freaking meteorites, but she can't see you right now to do it.
That's why I'm healing.
Another turn for the dodge action if you shoot the guys.
Ezra, you and Ido and anybody else with any kind of damage get 5 healing, because I can target all of you. Let me double check the numbers. I don't want to be wrong on that. Six creatures, so yeah, I'm good.
Thank
Good
you.
thing we have a
Let's
small
go.
party.
Small?
Also, I don't know if I can delete this, but yep, I can.
What'd you do?
It's at the top of my turn. I lost my spiritual weapon.
Oh, great. Okay. Done?
And yeah, I'm done.
Um, I'm gonna choose to do nothing. Go ahead.
That's frightening.
I was like, that's not ominous or anything.
Well, I mean, there's only so many things I can do with my legendary actions, and a lot of them require sight. So,
Do did I hear like a direction of that pop? The teleportation sound?
you were close enough to hear her on this side, but you don't know where she ended up.
Oh, like I heard her teleport from here somewhere, and then that's it.
Yeah. So that concussive sound that you're used to hearing when you, the few times that you've teleported.
Alright.
Does it take
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll just kind of back up because I don't want to be close to the tentacles.
Who does?
Gross.
You see tips of them on
And
the edge of it every once in a while.
then I'll kind of just like scan the area, see if I saw her, but I don't see anything.
No, nothing within
And
sight.
I will hold, but then still knowing that she's armed and dangerous with those fireballs. I want to hold an action and hold my last dispel.
Can't believe I had to use that ability to freaking dodge Hunger of Hadar.
What now?
Oh, the teleport. I didn't want to use it for that.
I
Anyways.
don't want to use my spell slot to cast it, but
Here we are. So could I hold my dispel magic for an action if I see her? Try to dispel the some of the magic meteors.
Yeah.
Cool. If I see her,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
Alabaster, your turn.
Alright, I move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I will poison Vey and take the dodge action, and that's my turn.
You're not really on a space there. You're kind of in the lava. There's
Am I glitched again?
there's more lava in that square than stone.
Did I get glitched again? Oh, look at
No,
that.
You're just like,
Oh, Ezra's right
Yeah.
there. Okay. On my screen, I was right where Olver is.
Yeah, you were
Oh.
to the side of me. I mean,
5, 10.
it's probably when
20,
Ben
25. That's
shifted
fine.
reality.
Action dodge, bonus action, poison.
Okay.
What are you poisoning?
My dagger.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't see anybody.
He's just taking some poison.
All right.
Right? He's just drinking a vial. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Ooh, that's the good stuff.
You done?
Yep, nice and short.
All right. Over your turn.
okay. See,
Hey, Ben.
Uh-huh.
Could you remove access to Alabaster? We can see his hit points and kind of meta.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just heal up Kai. I'm gonna burn up some first level spells right now, just
I do have a healing potion as well I can take.
Alright, save it. You might want to save it for somebody else.
Okay.
I can give you a little bit of something.
Oh,
Not bad.
thank you.
Okay. And then I am going to step 5 feet away. And also, so Ben, just to kind of keep things honest, so since the most meteors would have hit right next to me, I would have taken Kai's as well. The past 2 meteor strike, right?
True.
Yeah, but I only took one. I only took one meteor. That last meteor strike.
Yeah, but we stood next to each other for 2 of those strikes. So that would give
Oh,
me
okay.
an extra 3 that I have to do saves for.
Okay, and then I would take the same from you, right? From the 2 that hit you.
Yeah, because I took 1 and then only 2. Yeah.
So three more.
Trying to be honest.
Three more each.
Yeah.
3 more damage. Okay,
So-
cool.
So you might appreciate that little bit of healing.
Yes. Still helps.
You have to make dex saves, Kai.
Okay.
Oh,
took-
I thought I just
Oh.
took the damage from it.
I'll have to go
Okay.
back and figure out what the damages were, but I know.
You just re-roll if you want.
Well, you had the damage. I'll go take a look at what the damage was.
Oh yeah.
But that's
I'm
pretty
taking
much
that
my turn.
damage. Alabaster, you can't have all the high numbers.
How many was it? 4?
And all of them are technically over 20.
Ben, I had 4 or 3
For what?
of those meteors.
4. Yeah, you've been hit twice each time.
Wait, what happened?
Why are you rolling again? Were you next to somebody?
Oh, no, I thought I had 4 directed at me.
No. They're rolling because they were standing next to each other and they didn't roll for each
Oh.
other's meteors.
Yeah, this
I
is
see.
just retroactive
Oh.
because we didn't realize it
Gotcha.
was within 5 feet.
Yeah, because it has a splash damage.
Right.
Gotcha.
And if you
Gotcha.
want to use those numbers, you can, or you can go look them up. I don't care.
I mean, it was. Oh. And I was looking.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And the DC is 18 to dodge them. So, all right, to take half damage, and then of course if you have fire resistance, you take half of that. All right, so over.
Or's turn now.
Are you done?
I'm done. Yes.
All right, Spirit of the Flame. So. Yeah, that's just gonna pass. You aren't gonna see anything. Ezra, your turn.
I guess I'll do the smart thing and take the dodge action. As exciting as that is.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
It's just you get like advantage for dodging attacks.
Oh, so it's like prepping your reaction then.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
If you have nothing else to do, it's kind of a good thing.
No, I have something else I want, but we'll see. I have to live through this first.
And you're done? Ezra, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So, at the end of your turn. No. Not going to do anything. Right. Yeah, she is. Because, frick.
The heat wave happens, or? Oh, sorry. This is.
Yeah, you can't see her. Yeah. So at the end of your turn, you see suddenly fire swirl. Over here on the walkway. And she becomes visible.
But she still have the meteors with her?
Yeah, she currently has 45 of them.
So, do I get to do my held action?
Yep.
that's right. I have to do it. So it's at 4th level.
4th level? That'll just end them.
All of them?
Yeah. They're all considered one effect. So.
Oh, damn. I thought it would just be like 9 or whatever it was, you know, the...
Nope. They'll all pop out of existence as she shows up. And she's going to
Oh,
actually stamp
so
her
good.
her foot, and scream at you in frustration. Stop doing that!
I told you I'm done with these games.
So am I! And she is going to cast.
And I'm also really tapped on spells.
She's
You're like, I'm bluffing right now.
Please. Yeah, in my mind. Please, I'm scared. I'm sorry.
Where is she? Oh, she's all the way over there.
She is
Then-
going to cast a 5th level spell.
Yeah, I can't counterspell anymore.
Ahem, ahem, ahem.
What?
I'm sobbing and crying.
What is this?
I haven't been able to get an attack since the dragon fight.
She's like the opposite side of you the whole time.
I
too.
can't even get one.
Yeah, dude, you need those Vax haste boots.
You literally need like Ezra to like dimension door you
I
right
know.
or
So as she casts a spell, flames are pulled out of the nether around you and start to envelop you. Make a dex saving throw.
Who?
Eidolon.
all. Oh.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, you did just take out 40 of her, 45 of her.
Dex
Thank you,
save.
Lido.
Yep.
What was it? Dex save? Sorry. Okay.
You know what helps with dex?
Come on. Oh, yeah. I knew that wasn't... I've been rolling too good tonight.
Can-
I had to have a bad roll.
Do you have your?
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Do you have your daily?
Oh, it's a low roll, so it wouldn't help.
Can I give him inspiration?
Oh, wait. I have inspiration.
You
I'm
can
gonna use it. This is the time to use it.
roll.
Come on. Big money, big money, big money. Oh.
Failure.
Got an 18.
Well, it's concentration though, so
Take 19 points of fire damage, and you are burning.
At least I
Oh,
have
burn
fire
low.
resistance. So 8 damage?
9.
9 damage. Okay.
Nine damage. Yep.
You'd be turned to ash if you die.
And then I have to do my thing.
I can't even revive you.
If you die from
Oh,
it.
oh, I should have done inspiration on that roll.
I mean, if
Um,
I get out of here, I can resurrect him
fuck.
to some other body.
Yeah, you have to transfer him.
So I just take a random or random creature.
So I would say this one for story or like for effect. You said the flames were coming from the lava, or
No, they're just pulled out of the nether
just
around you.
pull out air.
Yeah.
Yeah. As the flames like engulf me, you start hearing like the sizzle and you see steam, and then all of a sudden, as the spell kind of ends, all of my ice armor is just melted. There's kind of like a vague little puddle around me,
They quickly evaporate.
and now yeah, it evaporates, and now I'm still set ablaze, kind of like, like, you know, taken aback, like, oh shit, that one hurt. And that's that. There goes my ice armor.
Alright, and that is her action.
Worth.
She's going to use combustible magic to cast a 3rd level spell. she's going to cast Fireball. And chuck it at Ezra.
Saving throw with advantage.
So does this hit everybody?
Everybody within 20 feet. So.
Yeah, everybody.
So much for having advantage on that.
Another dex save. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay.
I'm taking this.
I was like, I'm already on fire. I'm not getting more on fire. Oh crap! That's not the
Oh,
DC,
he's-
is it?
No, that's damage.
That's the fire damage.
The area?
Yeah?
Everybody.
Sorry. Oh, accidentally closed.
So what that means?
My turn doesn't come back.
Oh.
Right? So I still have advantage.
So I have something to burn. I'm gonna use it now.
Okay.
Do this. I will use it.
What was that?
Pretty lucky escape from that.
He's just gonna disappear from this area. He's just gonna bamf out to the front of it.
So over, as she screams at Eidolon, you get this horrible foreboding that something horrible is coming your way, and you dart outside of the range of the spell, just barely managing to escape the explosion completely.
Okay.
As you do so, you can't help but mutter to yourself, "I've got a really bad feeling about this."
Yeah. Really bad feeling about it.
Nice.
Ah.
Oh man, that makes me think. I gotta look up my shit. What I got. But go on.
You might want to pull out the stops, guys, if you haven't already.
I put like all my stuff in front of me so I have it right there and reminds me of what I can do.
Give Ezra the fire resistance potion, please. You're finally close enough this round.
Alright, and that is going to be the end of her turn. So Heat Wave's going to go off, dealing a d4 damage.
One more point.
2 this time.
Oh, one for me.
I
Oh, I
miss
didn't take
I
that.
miss fire resistance now.
It has a 75% chance to do one damage to me, so.
I also forgot to take the D4 for when I took the dodge action.
What's that?
I'm still on fire, so I forgot to take the D4 for
Oh.
when I dodge.
I will roll a d4 for you. 3.
Thank you.
Someone get that man a fire resistance potion.
I didn't think I'd get to use this many spells, but you guys keep knocking out all my special abilities. Alright, and that's
Not sorry.
Kai's turn.
We just had to whittle her down so we could just beat her with our fist.
I haven't even gotten to hit her. Like,
Yeah, we barely even touched her.
I haven't been able to get close. I mean, her stuff is
So-
down, her like resistance, so that's good.
No, not that. What the hell? Don't do that.
I'm just running out of spells, and I didn't think I would.
But
You're telling me.
Features, it's fine.
all
You haven't
right.
even
So
seen a 9th level.
since you're on
she
fire,
doesn't have
I'm,
9th level spells.
Oh, I thought she had Meteor Sword.
Nope.
No. What's the minute meteors?
Okay.
It's all just the little ones.
Well, then we'll be fine.
So if you say so. Ezra's almost dead.
Ezra, I take my. I think it's an action to pull this from my bag of holding, but
Well, are you feeding it to her? Oh, it's in your bag of holding.
I'm at 8 hit points. Like,
Yo, you're
No,
that
I'm-
hurt?
yeah, I'm messed up.
You're only yellow on my screen.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't
I'll
know why I changed
Yeah, I'm still green, but like
I'll
my
allow
hit
you
points are real
to
low too.
I'll allow you to feed that to him with the use of your bonus action and action.
Hang
You
on.
know,
Bonus action to pull it out of your bag, and action to fade it to him.
At this point, I don't think it's that needed because I'm just
No,
gonna-
I have something else
But
for Ezra. Ezra, can you still bonus action teleport?
Nope.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, we're getting pretty
Well,
jacked.
I didn't know he was that low, but once I approached him, I would have noticed he's all fucked up. So, as long as I still have the slot, yeah, I do. All right, I'm burning it.
what do I got left? Not much.
Ooh, a lot of healing.
That hurt me too because you're on fire,
Fire.
but you're gonna heal as you're burning.
Nice.
Not nice for my fingers. Because I have to touch you with that one.
Is that your turn, Kyle?
Yeah, I think that's my whole turn. At that point. Unless you'll let me bonus action bring my goo out. Can I bring my goo out?
Sure.
You're what?
Oh,
He brings his goo out.
okay.
Don't ask questions.
The goo is out.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a homunculus servant that we made a tiny ooze.
I don't lost.
I gotta look at what's the video? What is this? Oh my god!
That's how I feel right now. Just walking around. Hey guys.
I know and
Oh my.
Ezra are both on fire, so.
Yep.
I would have done mass heal, but it does less healing.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah.
Are we
He needs
good?
to stay
Is that
up.
turn?
That's my turn. That's my turn and my bonus.
Oh wait, so wait, explain this goo. Is it? It's just like a homunculus servant, but it's goo.
It's tiny. Yeah, it's tiny goo. I made
Okay.
a tiny ooze. Sorry, he's called tiny ooze.
Tiny ooze.
Awesome.
That's funny.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But he does need a roll initiative. Is that okay, Ben?
Yeah, that's fine. Do you need a token for him?
I do, and he has a hell of an initiative. Holy cow!
Okay.
Wait, did I just roll the same initiative I got last time?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which means he'll just go on your turn, which is perfect, because that's what I was going to suggest. Then
Yeah,
we
but
don't
he
have to
makes
worry about
it
two
easier.
initiatives.
That's true. But he does have he would
Like
not
his-
be
his
able to
own
do anything
turn.
this turn. Yeah, he
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do anything this turn though. So anyway, we're good to move along. I don't know if Ben has an ooze token
Yeah,
or not.
but-
I didn't really think I would need one, but
Neither did I.
ooh, is this the little guy? Oh, stop moving, Matt. Okay, can't select it, but that's okay. Yay, metal ooze. It reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know why.
I'm thinking metal slimes from Dragon Warrior, but
Oh yeah. Over.
Exactly.
Ezra needs one too, so.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm done.
I
Done.
know.
that was funny
That's-
though. Okay, so you're done?
Yes, sir.
All right. At the end of your turn,
Don't kill my ooze. It just got out here.
she is going to pull more fire from the plane of fire. You see her forming it into another fireball. Yeah, and then she chucks it at Ezra again.
still hasn't gotten back to my turn, so this dodge action's the best thing I ever did.
21.
Sorry, what was this again? Was this a fireball?
Yeah.
So everyone?
Oh, that's even worse than the last one.
So you only take 11. You're still up, Ezra. Look at that.
It's
So
terrible.
we all have to take deck saves except for Oliver.
And for me, I just have to be out of the range.
Fuck.
I have really bad news, Eidolon.
What?
How much damage are you taking? You're taking 11.
Yeah, I know. I
You're
see it.
You're okay. You're only taking 11.
No, why? I didn't.
Oh, you don't have fire resistance anymore.
No,
Oh.
because I lost my ice armor.
Is he unconscious? I can't see.
Oh yeah, that's weird. My thing's bugged out. I'm still like full green.
You
but
could-
yeah, I'm 0 hit.
Yeah, it's... I can fix that. Give me a second.
No, it's fine. We just need to communicate better is all that means.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, how bad are you?
It's not a big deal. Don't worry about restarting it, please. Let's just move it along.
Aura is broken again is what's happened. It happens quite frequently.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
I know,
tried to
I'm just-
restart.
I'm just saying. That's what's
honestly
causing it.
I thought everybody was really healthy, so my bad, guys.
Yeah, I would have been trying to get to Eidolon.
Well, he could have said something, too. I mean, voices.
It's fine. Let's keep going.
Be grab a copy.
Okay, so anyways, there's that. That's done, so Eidolon, your turn.
Death saving. throw.
Well, hold on a second, because there's a bit of a problem
and I'm on.
here.
Well, I'm also on fire too.
That just means you lose one, and then you roll death save.
So I'm like taking damage though, right?
Well, okay. So how it works is you would take the damage, but you don't have to roll or anything because you just lose a death save. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mark
yeah.
down one,
Exactly. Yeah,
and
that's
then
what.
you roll your death save for your turn.
At the end
Oh,
of
so
each
I-
of your turns, you repeat the saving throw for immolation.
You can't do a dex save while you're unconscious, so you just fail.
And so you take damage, which
It doesn't matter.
automatically gives you
Yeah.
a death saving throw.
And
So now I'm at 1 death, and then I have to roll for
so
another.
you could die here if you roll a 1.
If you die while this fire's on you, you turn to ash, too.
That would be
And we
very
can't-
unfortunate because old
I
Ben
don't
is
think-
not.
We can't
Just roll.
resurrect you.
Roll the d20 item.
I'm trying to just. Oh, okay. I have to do it manual.
Well, if you reduce your hit points on your character sheet, it'll give you death saving throw capability, but
Too late.
Okay.
that's a
Two
fail.
failures.
So-
Christ, I guess I'm the medic now.
So you are at the end of each of your turns. So you could conceivably live till the end of your next turn.
Yeah, it's fine. That's not important. His turn is over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's my turn. Great. All right. I'm going to move 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to pull out my Supreme Potion of Healing and I'm going to dump it down his throat.
Okay.
There you go. Nice.
You heal 45 hit points.
And he moves your jaw. I can see him moving your jaw to rubbing your neck, trying to get you to
Yeah.
swallow it. This burned husk.
I was like, do you pour any on the body that's still on fire?
Nice. You know what? Hold on. Can I have done something?
Pour a bucket on him.
Did Kai ever pull out the Potion of Fire Resistance, or could he not?
No, I didn't.
Alright,
Well,
fine.
because by the time I got to Ezra, I saw that he was really, really damaged. And I was like, you know
That's
what?
fine.
Let's just heal him.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I dumped that down your throat, Eidolon.
That's a full action because it's a supreme
That's fine.
potion.
I would like to. What was that? That was 25. Great. I would like to move 30. Bonus action dash. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And that's my turn.
Okay. I'm trying to decide what to do with my other legendary
I'm,
points.
I'm trying, guys. I promise.
Thank you. That's
Um,
I can imagine Eidolon just burning up, falling down while
I
he's
just like
still on
grab you
fire.
and
Just
I'm like,
gets like, just starts chugging a supreme
I
healing.
grab you and I
And
force it down your throat and I'm like, not yet. Get up. Come on. We've got work to do.
that almost
it's
completely
like
healed him.
yeah. I'm almost up to full HP now. But it's just like burning, screaming like go go go, still burning.
Oh, hopefully we get her to knock that off. Okay. Over's turn.
Um, well, shoot. Things are happening. Running my plan. Sure, fine, why not? I will go ahead and we still have. We haven't taken any damage yet, right? Okay. So I will go ahead and utilize that as opportunity to hit it with the lightning strike. Do that now. I'll have it up
Okay.
2 levels. And she still has to do a dex save.
Okay. Dex save. What are you
So-
What are you casting at her?
Going on the
This is called lightning.
Oh.
full of lightning on her. So where's your dex save at? No one, like Shota was trying to roll it, but then. Oh, there it is.
I just rolled.
All right. So yeah. So okay. So you take 7 points of damage, and
Does
then
she
whatever.
have? Yeah. Does she have plus 11 to con as well? Or does she have a plus 9 to Constitution?
No.
Saves.
We don't know.
No. Well, then she has to roll a concentration check.
Yeah. She does. Cause she has a immolation going now.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me get the damage here.
I mean, I thought this is a good time to use a fort. That's
It's true. Depending on
Oh.
what bonus is he close enough though? It's like
Wait.
60 feet range, right?
Well,
11.
I have no, because I'd have to steer too, and I'm like on the ground, just waking up from being dead.
11's a success. So
Yeah.
it's still going.
Yeah, let me check.
Over's checking something.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, I think I can't do what I want to do, but I'm just. And it'll be a problem on my part that I should have fixed.
So at the end of Alabaster turn, just so you know, I had her pull more meteors out. So she's got 8 of them circling her head right now.
Sounds great. Good. Exactly what I wanted.
All right,
I should have left
Ready?
Eidolon with my superior potion heat too. He's gonna die again.
I got normal potions.
Over
I'm
you.
kind of screwed up.
Are you
It's
done?
Too late. So I'm gonna have to be done. Yeah, I screwed up. I should have used my action to dispel Eidolon's fire, but
That cost me 10,000 gold.
That's
I
fine.
don't know if you know.
Well, good thing we're at the end game.
Spirit
Alright.
of Flame.
She is
okay,
gonna.
that's all I can do.
Okay. She is going to use her Spirit of the Flame action to cast a level 2 Scorching Ray at Alabaster.
Shoots 3 or just 1?
Just 3. It's cast at 2nd level.
Go for it. So roll the hit.
Yeah. Ranged spell attack. That's a big miss. She goes to cast a spell as you run towards her, and the sudden gusting of the wind causes her hand to move off to the side, and she instead scorches the ground and 3 places off to the side of you. Muttering to herself, she seems distracted and attacks until the end of the round have advantage against her. Because that's a crit fail on an attack roll, so.
Okay, roll the other two.
No, it ends her. It ends her.
Okay.
The other,
Good too.
they all go wild. I rolled it first.
Good.
They're all wild.
So it's Ezra's turn.
Yep.
All right.
Just take it.
Well, I'm taking it. I'm just gonna...
Yep.
So hopefully we get through some of the fight today.
Well,
Move to here, and then
Scratch.
blast is what I got.
Nice.
that's a crit.
That's what we needed.
18, 22 for the first one.
And a miss, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Does the 18 hit?
No.
All right.
Dang.
But 22.
Oh wait, you had advantage. Yeah, that's right. Keep that in mind. Ezra, do you shoot 3 beams now?
Yeah.
So roll 2 more.
Wait, how did I get advantage?
Because she rolled a nat 1 and Ben said so.
Yeah, all attacks have advantage against her right now.
just roll.
Oh, they all miss anyways.
That was damage.
Damage rolls. Okay,
Like,
so
it hits
One more hits.
for 8 damage or 5 damage.
yeah, so just 5.
Jesus. We're so organized tonight.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, when nothing was going on, I checked Aura and it's just flat broke, so I don't
That's
know what to
fine.
do.
We don't need it.
Alright, so she is going to. Boy. Well, Immolation's still going, so I can't cast any concentration spells. So. She is going to cast another. Second level Scorching Ray at you, Alabaster.
Okay. Roll the hit. 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 Hit.
Alright, so.
Roll for damage.
There you go.
Thank God for nat ones.
Yeah, I'll uncanny dodge. I guess the first one. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
She says, "That's so much better. I knew I could do it." And then Heat Wave for 2 fire damage to everyone. And then Kai's turn.
So
Oh, wait.
I gotta make a con save by the way, at disadvantage.
Okay.
I again forgot to take my D4 fire damage. You want to roll another one, but
Okay.
13.
That's a success over. Kai's turn. Yay, go Kai.
Kai's almost.
What you doing,
Kai's
Kai?
almost down.
Kai,
Kai
heal
is
yourself, Kai.
suffering. Kai is suffering.
Or heal up.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Give yourself some
fifth,
self-love.
Yeah.
Fourth. Fourth, I think I can give Let's see. Is everybody within 60 feet? Yeah, y'all are. Pretty sure. And
Yep,
yes, you are.
everybody is.
That's what I was about to do. Thank you for doing it.
No problem.
It's not much, but it's something.
I'm not that hurt, so if you want to focus on yourself, that works.
Yeah. If you, yeah, I don't want to pay
Yeah,
ideas in
you
your
might
head, but
want to.
it'd be better just
Yeah.
to do you as opposed to the rest of us. Because now I'm pretty much full.
Are you sure? Because like,
Yeah.
that's a,
Might be the one
We,
that
we
needs
need
the
you
most at
up.
the moment.
Yeah, I think you should just
Alright.
action heal yourself and
Yeah.
bonus action.
Because if you weren't going to do it, I was going to have to do it, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah, just go for it. I'm doing
Yeah.
like totally.
Yeah.
fine, so.
We are. Yeah.
Is that
Get
better?
that age.
Make you feel better? I can't. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm like, I can't adjust my health. I know why now. Because I'm dumb. And then you said bonus action. There's a bonus action for using a healing potion.
Yeah.
I thought it was a full action to do that. Is it only when I'm trying to heal somebody else?
Yeah. But you can take a normal healing potion bonus action.
Potion of healing. I am out. So delete healing potion. And add another 7.
There we go.
I'm back to life, boys.
Now move your blob, and then it's Ido's turn.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
your
move
blob.
my
I know, real
blob. He actually
I know,
is
before you
pretty
go.
useful. I don't know if you've seen him.
I don't.
Is he just able to
five-
move? Because like, if he's only able to move, Ido could do his turn while you're figuring out where you want to move him.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do.
Okay. So Ido, you can start going.
Well, hang on. I need to know something. Did you get the 5 healing potions? I have still. I have
Yeah.
my-
Yeah, I still have.
I need to.
Go
ahead.
check real quick. Yeah, I have 5.
Are you done, Kai?
So, this is still have them in mind.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna move the metal ooze. I was just trying to get the number real quick, but that's fine.
There?
Ido, what you doing?
Alright, so I'll
20, 30.
use half my movement to get up. And then kind of limpingly start moving forward. Just like, yeah, just scream, or not screaming, but just intently looking at her while I'm burning.
At
Enough.
the end of the turn. So.
And then you said we get advantage on attacks?
On attacks, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, on attack.
But
Oh, no.
spell attacks.
Yeah,
right?
no, until the end of the turn. The turn's over. So
Oh yeah. Well, that's fine.
So not anymore. Okay. Alright, either way, I still want to go old school. I'm going to use a level 2 ice knife. Ka-chow.
Ooh, that procs 2 things of damage, so that's totally 2. Is that 2 constants? Oh, you missed.
So I missed that, but it explodes. It explodes either way, so she has to make a dex save. Yeah, dex 16. Otherwise, she takes cold damage, but she doesn't. So it just kind of
boom,
yeah,
and
it
evaporates.
It melts. Yeah, it melts basically before it gets to her.
Splashing her with
It's
water.
Yeah, it's a sauna. Or
Yeah,
this again.
which then evaporates.
And then you have to make a dex save.
And then I have to I thought I just took damage if I'm on fire.
No, you make a dex.
At the end of each of its turns, the target repeats the saving throw. It takes fire on a failed save, and the spell ends on a successful one.
Gotcha.
So you could end the spell.
Gotcha.
But you
So
didn't.
how much damage?
13. Fire damage.
Damn.
Fire damage.
So
I got you, Ido.
I'm good. I'll take a potion next round. But that's my turn. Since that was I took the damage at the end of my turn. So yeah, I'm done.
And she is going to summon meteors, which which will be
The sheer amount of relief I have from the fact that I get to touch her.
okay. And you're done.
Don't count your chickens yet. Yeah, I'm done.
So Alabaster, your turn.
Hey, as soon as he said summon meteors, I realized she couldn't fly away again. I knew. I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, bonus action dash, 35.
I would have had to
Van-
cast a fire spell and then use my reaction to fly away.
Yeah. Van hand, I'll raise it up while I'm charging and plunge it into her. While I'm doing so, I'll just say, enough fire! Timora, help me in this. And I'll go to strike. I don't have advantage. However, that doesn't really matter. I'm going to use Fortuna to get a natural 20.
You don't have advantage, yeah. But you do get sneak
But
attack.
I do get sneak attack.
If you hit.
Backslash R. I get a nat 20, so I do hit.
Ah, using fortune.
Thunderous Smite procs. Meaning she's going to have to make a strength save. Plus 10d6. She also has to make a constitution saving throw for poison. And I'm going to pump in Divine Smite. Plus 4d6 plus 4d8. Is there anything else I'm missing? You got a 10 on the strength and a 16 on the con. Is that right?
What's that? 10 and
You got a
16
10 on the
on strength, yep. And 16 on con.
plus 6. So I think that's all the right damage. There's a lot of ones in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of ones in there.
A lot of ones.
So success on the poison, so you take half of this. So 16 half to 8. So that's a total of 73.
3.
Okay.
And then what does Thunderous Smite do? Pushed 10 feet away from me and knocked prone. Pushed into the firewall.
Okay.
Does that do anything this round or no?
We'll get to that in a second. Let me do the damage. It was how much total?
73.
73. I'm trying to figure out if there was anything else it would do, but I don't think so.
Okay.
48. Got that. Got the 10d6 and sneak attack. 46 on smite. 2d4. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Alright, she's going to use Hades' Fury on you as a reaction. You take 14 fire damage and make a con save.
She has to make a con save too. DC 21. DC, what did I do? 73. So DC 36. Right? Did I do that?
I don't think she can pass that, my friend. So the spell on Eidolon fades.
And I have to make a what save?
A con save.
14.
Con save. That's a yikes.
0? Oh no, okay, 12.
So
Initially said plus 0.
you are set ablaze,
Great.
suffering 1d4 damage every at the end of every round.
Okay. I left Van her. I will use the rest of my movement to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. End my turn.
Before you run away, you pushed her back into the flame, and that fiery wall envelops her. She falls to the ground, and
She's prone. That's right.
yeah, you see fire just wafting over the top of her. It doesn't seem to do anything to her.
Okay.
However, you also see bright orange tattoos that suddenly emerge along her skin, up and down her arms, across her face, that that brighten, and then the fire around her begins to be absorbed into them as
Well,
at,
Alabaster, you just helped her.
at
Oh shit.
yeah, I helped her by doing 70 damage to her. My bad,
as
guys.
That
her
means you get
as her
absorbed
fire
heavy.
her fire absorbing tattoo is activated.
Okay. So,
So the fire does. Well, you did it to her, so you go ahead and roll 46 damage.
You did it to her, so take this.
17.
then I'd like to move up, actually. Get up in her face. Vey is still in her.
And then you see the fire heal her.
But the tattoo's gone?
No.
Okay. Understood. That's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, she is going to once again summon meteors. Getting another 6 for a grand total of 20. She now has 20 around her. And Ulver, it's your turn.
Oh, gosh, I wish it went right there. Yeah, that ruins everything. Well, I'm just gonna charge up. Hi, how are you doing right now? And Ezra?
Kai is a little over half, so he's doing good.
Ezra is at 11.
Ezra? Okay, you're getting this then. I gotta focus on you because you gotta survive. I will run up movement, and I will give you. Should have healing. Give you cure wounds at. It's not gonna be much. I gotta sleep spells. Sorry, man. I'm gonna have to give it to you at second level. Best I can do at the moment.
Hey, anything is helped.
Well,
Yeah, barely gonna
how
be
long? How long does it take you to cast your good berries?
Well, it doesn't take long, but it's not going to be as much as what
It's
I can give him
eating
with
them
this.
that takes forever.
Yeah, it's he gets 1 point per round because it takes a round to get the berry.
So it's a out of combat thing.
Oh, crap! It's only 7. That is stupid. I got
It,
the 1 and
it's
the 2.
helpful.
That is stupid.
That's so stupid. All right, so I'm gonna get away. So that's 10, 20, no, 10, 15, 20. 25.
She look like she has any wear and tear now, Ben?
Oh yeah, no. You're actually you're when you hit her and you plunge your dagger in, it left bloody wounds that were pretty bad. But when you shoved her into the fire, you saw them scab over.
But
She was pretty bad off before you shoved her in the fire.
cool. Dagger's still in her.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
she's broken.
that's true. Okay, Oliver, you done?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Okay, Spirit of the Flame.
I wonder if that can pick her up.
Um, I mean, it can, but she still uses half of her movement to get up. So, doesn't change
So she
that.
can't get to any of the pillars, but
No.
and if she moves past Alabaster, he gets a reaction.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's she'll use it to cast a spell for free instead.
Oh god, all those
She
meat.
casts and
Only level 3 or lower, so she is going to cast Burning Hands at 7th level.
towards me.
What?
Holy crap.
You still got that packing around?
So she's going to stand. I never used it. She's going to stand up, put her thumbs together, point her fingers towards you, Alabaster, mutter a word, and fire is going to erupt. The fire around her is actually going to like cone towards her and then spread out from her fingers, engulfing.
Ido, what are your portents? Did you have anything that was like a 10?
Got low.
Or was it
He's got
Low
below
numbers.
10 for sure?
Yeah.
50-50 roll, baby. Let's see.
So wait, you have to make a save or is she attacking? Oh, okay.
Do I have inspiration? No, I didn't get any.
I mean, I don't know if I can offer it, but
Oh, no, that's fine. So roll damage then.
Okay.
I take a quarter anyways, so don't worry about it too much. 24, half to 12, half to 6.
Jeez, what are you worried about?
No kidding.
well,
Take
I
it
mean,
out.
I only see a green aura for him, so I'm hoping he's actually good.
The auras aren't working.
Yeah, I'm a little bit over half.
Oh, okay.
I'm like
Fucking
2/3,
rogues.
3/4, somewhere in there.
Rogues just keep halving all their damage.
It's
And
fire. I'm resistant.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, this is your element right here.
I'm
Really, it's
resistant
her element, too.
Ido's just like, it's yummy.
so the fire envelops her as she stands up, and then bursts out around her, allowing her to fly only 10 feet. But you take 1d6 fire damage from the burst
Okay.
for 5.
Have two.
And she flies just
Do I get it?
no opportunity attacks. There's nowhere that she could go that would work for her anyways. There we go. That's Spirit of the Flame. So Ezra, your turn.
Alright. So they're running up to there and then just Eldritch Blasting again.
Shoot her. Shoot her. Oh no.
One
Oh.
counter.
Oh,
Bye.
Oh, actually, she
You guys
could.
are putting in work.
Xander, she couldn't do that. Take your damage back. I forgot it wasn't her turn.
So I get +2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no reaction, huh?
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was her turn. My bad.
well, it was the spirit of flame.
It's not her turn though. It's just
Anyways,
a layer action. Your turn.
she takes 5 damage from Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Unless you have Hexblade's Curse on her. Is that
That's 5. And I forgot to roll. You want to roll the fire damage on her again since she's still in the fire? Or no, it's
Does
not.
she take that
it-
on her turn?
On her turn.
Yeah.
Oh, man, why do I keep forgetting that? Anyways. So, 5 done.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Her turn. Now it's her turn.
At the end of Ezra's turn, she's going to use Rain of Fire.
You seriously stopped right next to me, Ezra. What the heck?
She's going to use Rain of Fire, and she's going to direct all 20 of them at you, Alabaster.
Naturally.
Oh, what?
So, does she heal all fire damage,
Yes.
Ben? She doesn't. Wow. Okay. 4, 5. What's the DC?
18.
18.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Huh.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So first thing we're gonna do is figure out how much I don't take damage from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. 10, 11, 12. So roll 16d6, right? Guys, she's gonna be back up to full HP.
What was that now?
Roll. I only get hit by 8 of them, so roll 16d6.
16d6.
Yeah. Which is half to 24, which is half to 12.
Cool.
Alabaster, you're tanking.
I'm
Enjoy.
trying.
No,
Well,
that's your job.
in fire,
Roll
in fire realms.
another, what, 24d6, Ben,
What for?
additionally. Because she heals, because it does every creature within 5 feet.
Oh yeah. So
I
20.
guess if she heals for all fire damage, right?
Yeah.
1 tattoo. I need to get some of those tattoos, you know? I didn't realize a tattoo can do that. So she's back up to max. You don't have to roll.
It's
All of it's just washed away. That's so sad.
The funny part is, like, she's bathing herself in flame in
I
order
know. It's like I have to get in melee to hit her, but if I hit her, she just hits me with the meteors and heals all of it. So unfortunate.
It seems pretty intelligent to me.
all right. So
Whatever.
now it's her turn.
Now it's her turn.
Now I can actually do something.
Do I even
Didn't
have
she
to
just
roll healing, or is she at full HP?
What's that?
Do I have to roll for the fire? She's at full, right?
Yeah, she's at full. She can't go up any higher. Let's see. She's going to cast.
Didn't she just shoot the 20 things at Alabaster?
That was a legendary action.
Oh yeah, that was the end of the turn.
What do I got left? I freaking don't have anything left. So, well, almost nothing. She's gonna try to hit you with Tender Strike. Oh!
Actually, hold on.
I can't believe I hit you.
Hold How wicked does this dagger look?
It radiates intense energy, but I don't think that you. Well, you do have some arcane power, so.
Can I roll to see?
Make an Arcana
I
check.
think it's gonna like grievously wound me if it hits me.
Make an Arcana check. You have no idea.
It's fine. Yeah, she hits me.
If you just poof out of existence.
I was thinking I have Vey in her still, so I can make her roll a 1 at some point, but it's fine.
Let's see.
Oh,
The dagger just does a D4 plus 2, so 4 points of piercing damage.
Naturally.
And then the flames that come out of it when it hits you do an additional 9 points of fire damage.
I'm looking a little bit injured now, guys.
And I need you to make a con save.
I could uncanny dodge. I'm already lit up. if that's
Oh,
what this is.
yeah. Okay, yeah. You're more lit up now. All right, and then she is. Now she's going to use her bonus action combustible magic. No.
Oh,
No, she's not because I needed to cast a first level spell on her. So she can't do that. So she's going to do nothing. And then Heat Wave is going to hit, dealing a d4.
one candy dodged. Take 1 damage.
So, anyways, if you didn't notice that Heat Wave is healing her every round. I don't know if you.
That's not the problem I have with this. The problem is that I can't melee her.
Well, you can.
But
You knocked her into the fire. I mean, I didn't
No,
put her in the fire.
No, that's not the problem. It's
Yeah.
that if you're within 5 feet of her, she can just meteor swarm you.
Well,
and
you
then
have to be. You have to hit and run then.
Yeah, I should have backed up.
Her melee capabilities suck. So.
It's like a drain tank.
All right. Anyways, Kai, you're up.
Wait, we took 3 damage from the white heat wave.
Yeah.
Go on.
You got her trapped in the fire pretty much at this point. So.
That's not a good thing.
What you doing, Kai? You only heal so much.
I'm reducing my health for the heat wave, right?
Yeah, your turn.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Hello, Metaluse. 25, 30. Okay, so after moving, or we head to a fire. I have to make one of those. I'm going to verify the distance for PvP.
I thought it would link the text too, but it did not. So.
So I won't do that. Well, we need her
See,
out of there.
see, there are reasons why she absorbs fire damage.
You know what? I haven't brought this back recently, so might as well. Oh, elements, hold weapon. What's the other one? There it is. Spiritual weapon. Can I cast that again? I believe it.
Yeah.
Range is 120 feet, so I cast it right next to her. But I don't hit her with it.
You deleted your token. I don't know what to tell you.
That's very true, but I figure Ben's got extras.
God damn it! That's why I didn't want you to delete it. I knew you were gonna do this.
I deleted it because it was technically gone. I didn't want any confusion.
Oh, that's fine.
Alright, so, well, that's it. Oh, yes.
There you go.
So we'll put it next to her, but, it didn't hit her, right? So.
Oh,
this
good.
is
You've
just-
got her completely blocked in the fire.
But she can't, anyway, 30 feet for this guy as well. 30 feet, because he can fly. He can fly or be on the ground, so it's kind of cool that way. Anyway, let's go.
You done?
I don't. Yep.
And we're gonna have to draw this to a close. It is 10 o'clock. So we can start off with Ido's turn next time.
Sounds good.
Alright.
But everybody is tapped out, including her, which is fun. Because
Now it's a brawl.
it's kind of a brawl now.
We just gotta pull her away.
Except
from
for
the fire.
she still gets her special
Tapped out.
abilities.
I still
Layer
have spells.
actions.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, good. I mean, she's
not-
she's not all the way empty either, but I mean, she's only got a few left. So
I'm about to be using
Yeah.
cantrips here, so
Cantrips. Yay! We got this.
and
Us magic users like we're never out of spells.
at the end
I mean,
of Kai's turn, she summoned 6 more meteors. So
yeah. So we're getting hit by these now because I ain't got no more dispels. That's gonna be fun.
all right,
So I know we're ending stream. Have you ended it yet?
I'm gonna end it right now so we can talk freely.